Today on Good Morning Maine, police shut down a roadway in Deer Isle as a police standoff gets underway.
Plus, gatherings are held across Maine to celebrate people in recovery and those still battling addictions.
And pirates were spotted walking around Orland over the weekend as the town held its River Days celebration. Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us. Sounds like we missed a good time in Orland.
I know.
Anytime there's pirates around,
Partying with pirates can get pretty dangerous, though.
We'll have that story for you and more coming up. But first, a check of the forecast. Monday is here. Wasn't a bad weekend. Yesterday we had a little bit of rain. Not bad, though. Looks like we'll see some more persistent rain as we head into the week. Several days of it on and off rain, it looks like. So.
Yeah, several days. You'll have to keep an eye on the radar forecast, though, because the clouds could come and go and no telling exactly.
As the week moves along, too, we'll be keeping a closer eye on Hurricane Lee, which is still pretty far away. Models at this point, it looks like it's moving up towards Nova Scotia, but a few of those models take it right into the Gulf of Maine, too. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, I'm sure people working on the ocean, though, are especially tuned in.
Yeah.
Yep. Here's Conrad Sapinski with the full forecast.
Thank you so much. Our first weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Oronoa, Maine. All right, what a rainy start to the day. Lots of rain showers in the area. Not heavy rain, more of a scattered rain type of event. Visibilities, though, wow. Some places near zero visibility. Combination of fog, low clouds, and some rain showers in the region here in town. We are looking at a 1.5-mile visibility, but look just west of town. Way less than half a mile in most spots. At least it is not too windy. Most of the areas have a 0 to maybe around a 5-mile-per-hour breeze. Not looking too bad to start out the morning. Later on today, though, a little bit cooler. We're looking at 71 degrees, scattered showers, and even a couple of thunderstorms in the area today. Tonight, all right, so less thunderstorm action, more of a scattered rain shower event. It will be foggy once again, folks. Low visibilities by tomorrow morning, so please leave a little bit extra early and definitely plan all of this out. By tomorrow, though, same thing. Scattered showers, not really any thunderstorms, maybe a rumble of thunder. Other than that, mainly just a rain shower event. Temperatures around 70 degrees with a light northeast breeze gusting close to 10 to 15 miles per hour. Hour by hour forecast for later today. We are looking at those scattered showers, possibly a couple of isolated thunderstorms. Temperatures near 70 degrees.
All right, thank you, Conrad. Well, there are still few details about a police standoff that lasted for hours in Deer Isle. Police from several agencies were called to the scene on Sunday, including members of the state police tactical team. Authorities haven't released details in the case, but according to some local residents, police were attempting to serve a warrant to a man who then assaulted an officer and barricaded himself inside the residence. Authorities could be heard calling for at least one suspect during the afternoon. Police closed off sections of Sunset Road and Pressy Village Road for multiple hours while that standoff unfolded. We'll have more information today as it becomes available.
11 people were injured after a walkway to an Arosic lighthouse collapsed yesterday afternoon. This happened during yesterday's Maine Open Lighthouse Day, where folks were free to visit Maine's lighthouses. Bath Fire Captain Ashley Moody says a group of people were walking along the platform leading to Doubling Point Lighthouse when the walkway collapsed. One witness describes the moment the walkway gave out.
Just heard a terribly loud cracking and then kind of collapsing sound and then some screams, and everyone knew immediately what had happened.
5 of the 11 injured people were sent to nearby hospitals. The other 6 were treated at the scene. The lighthouse, which is normally open to the public year-round, is currently closed.
Well, a Freeport woman is being remembered for her role in the recovery community. 52-year-old Danielle Goodwin was found dead near the South Portland Home Depot on Tuesday night. Her death now being investigated as a homicide. Mal Meyer spoke with loved ones about her legacy.
I was devastated. My soul and my heart, everything was shattered.
Stephanie Doyle says she was more than just best friends with Danielle Goodwin. It was more like soulmates.
You couldn't help but to feel special and comfortable in her presence.
She was always the first one to stand up for somebody else.
Chris Dow initially met the Freeport woman through friends. He says Goodwin was loyal and spunky.
It didn't matter what life was throwing at her. She always had a smile on her face.
He says Goodwin lived in Maine, then spent time in Florida before coming back. They reconnected when he went to a treatment center, and she was there as a recovery coach.
She was really passionate about, addiction recovery and helping others.
She, at times, literally held my hand through it.
That's pretty above and beyond.
It is, but that's Danielle, and she'd do that for anybody.
I met her at one of the hardest points in my life, and she was instrumental to saving it.
Zoe Campbell says she's known Goodwin for years after meeting in Portland.
She went through so much in her life, and she was able to share her experience, strength, and hope with everyone that she came in contact with.
Despite Campbell now living in Georgia, the two stayed connected. She says they spoke just a few weeks ago.
Her legacy will continue.
It's difficult for those who loved her to learn about her death. Now they're hoping for answers.
She deserves justice.
Maine State Police say they're following up on leads. They're also looking for help finding the car that Goodwin was last seen in. It was a 2016 blue Honda CRV with a Maine license plate 2773VM. If you have any information, please contact the Maine State Police.
Well, meanwhile, September is National Recovery Month, a recognition of the hard work by those in recovery and a message of hope for those still suffering from substance use disorder. Down in Portland, hunters gathered at Payson Park to share resources with the community. There was also a big celebration up here. We'll begin with this story by Anna Kuhn explaining the opioid epidemic is still devastating lives here in the state of Maine.
A moment of silence in Payson Park today, honoring those that fell victim to substance use disorder. So far this year, Portland police say they've responded to 325 overdoses in the city. 31 of them were fatal. Groups like the Portland Recovery Community Center are trying desperately to bring these numbers down.
It truly is a complicated brain disease, but it's one that's very treatable.
I just celebrated 90 days sober, and I'm doing great, and I can't wait to see what the future is going to bring.
I got sober at the beginning of the summer, and the PRCC has been nothing but good to me since.
In celebration of National Recovery Month, hundreds gathered as living proof that recovery is possible, offering resources and spreading a message of hope.
Recovery Month is so important because it's the opportunity for many, many thousands of people to come out and show that they're in recovery, I'm in recovery, and that recovery is possible, and that it's possible for everybody to find, and it's a joyful way to live.
Celebrating their sobriety, no matter how long, surrounded by a welcoming community.
We all work together to make this happen. Nobody does it on their own. Everybody needs a little bit of help along the way.
If you're still out there and you're having a hard time, come to the PRCC. We'll get you taken care of.
Well, meanwhile, members of the community also gathered on the Bangor waterfront Sunday for the 8th annual Race for Recovery. That event is put on each year during National Recovery Month by Wellspring, an organization that provides treatment services for substance use disorder. Our Grace Blanchard takes us to the finish line for a closer look at the event.
Nearly 100 Mainers signed up for the 8th annual Race for Recovery 5K, which was held along the Bangor waterfront.
Our mission really of the run like this is to celebrate people who have made it through treatment and are living their lives full and happy again.
Wellspring has been providing services for those with substance use disorder for over 50 years.
You know, when you get into recovery, you give up one thing for your whole life, and it's really awesome. It's really beautiful, and that's what we're here celebrating today.
Go! The race also serves as an educational platform in Wellspring's efforts to reduce the stigma surrounding recovery.
Sometimes the stigma and shame came around for people that don't understand or have the knowledge for it. So when we have events like this and we have tables where people have resource tables, people can interact with people and put faces to names.
Participants came from all across the state to cross the finish line and support the cause.
That's what keeps us going. No matter how down and out things seem to be, you can get better.
Smith says he and Governor Mills share a goal of spreading hope for those in recovery.
A person with substance use, even if they're still using, they're just a person, just like we are, and they deserve our love and attention.
All the proceeds collected will go right towards Wellspring and their efforts as they continue to provide support to those who need it.
Money we raise here today helps ensure that regardless of what your income level is, regardless of your ability to pay, we're going to help you get into treatment and get well.
For more information about the program, visit our website at foxbangor.com. In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC7 and Fox 22 News.
Some kids in Maine got an early start to the weekend because of the heat. Schools in Turner, Oxford Hills, Berwick, North Berwick, Lebanon, and both Bonnie Eagle Middle and high schools let students out early on Friday. Officials say many schools in Maine don't have air conditioning and that classroom temperatures have been in the mid to high 80s with high humidity, which is considered unsafe.
In several schools, there was a lot of rotating through through air-conditioned spaces, so a lot of disruption and people moving around and trying to find. But again, one or two schools without air-conditioned spaces to rotate in and out.
The superintendent says even though kids went home early, it still counts as a full school day, which means the students won't lose a snow day.
I'm sure they won't mind that. Don't have to worry about the heat this week, though.
Right,
Things
thank
have
God.
cooled down.
Yeah.
Well, in other news, a woman in Boston was struck by lightning while she was out walking her dog. Authorities say they responded to the call, reporting the incident on Saturday afternoon. In the meantime, witnesses jumped into action to help the woman. Tracy Cronin is an ICU nurse who aided the woman for 15 minutes after that lightning hit her.
Initially, we didn't get a pulse, but then we finally got a pulse from her. She wasn't awake though. She was down for quite a while.
Well, an ambulance transferred the woman to a local hospital where she is reported to be in serious condition today. You just never know, I guess.
That's scary. I read on the National Weather Service this morning the odds of getting hit by lightning in the average person's lifetime, you know, one in about 80 years, are 1 in a little over 15,000. So I think that's enough to still maybe be cognizant. I was in Old Orchard on Friday, and there were lightning strikes I could see, but it was on like the other side of the ocean, of the
bay,
the beach. So it's like I need to get off the beach now, but I'm not in immediate danger.
Yeah, you got to pay attention to that.
Yeah, especially this week. It seems like we may be getting more thunder and lightning.
Yep.
All right, the time now is 6:13. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, local kids will be more safe aboard their bicycles thanks to a special effort in Brewer. We'll take you to their bike rodeo.
But first, another check of that forecast. Looks like a rainy day ahead today. Scattered showers anyway, with the possibility of thunderstorms. The highs around 71 degrees. More scattered showers overnight. Lows dropping down to around 60. Tomorrow, a day a lot like today. More scattered showers with highs around 70.
There you are, Jim.
Thank you, Baron. Have a good day. If the power went out here, it'd be devastating. But turning our electric grid over to the politicians behind question 3, it would be a disaster. Why would we want a bunch of elected officials who take money from oil and gas companies in charge of Maine's electricity? And worse, question 3 will cost us $13.5 billion, which could mean higher taxes for all Mainers. Question 3 is a risk Mainers can't afford, ever.
General Rental Center has been serving Central Maine for more than 30 years with an extensive inventory, including mini track loaders with attachments, full-size track skid steer, track loader and backhoe, wheel loader with attachments, a 50-foot towable aerial lift, and a 45-foot self-propelled four-wheel drive lift. If you can't find it on our website, we can find it for you. Call for multi-day and weekend special rates.
Person, place, or thing.
Is this thing a quadruped?
I don't even know what that means. Premiere September 11th.
Coming weekdays at 10 on ABC 7.
Maine Cabin Masters Ashley Morrill is branching out.
I wanted to go out and I wanted to start something a little bit separated from Cabin Masters, but also that I would be able to use within Cabin Masters.
We'll hear more about how the rustic counties of Maine are inspiring Ashley Morrill's love of design. Tuesday on ABC 7 News at 6.
Welcome back, everyone. Innovation, technology, dedication. That's how Senator Susan Collins summed up the overarching theme behind a groundbreaking in Old Town. She participated, that's what I'm trying to say. She participated in the groundbreaking of Global Secure Shipping's new manufacturing facility.
It's truly been a collaborative effort, and that is how you get things done.
Global Secure Shipping's patented, durable, and cost-effective technologies enable government and commercial companies to fight theft and tampering by transnational criminal organizations. They also minimize loss of real and intellectual property. Senator Collins helped secure the funding needed for UMaine to develop that new safe cargo container technology back in 2008. The 15,000 square foot expansion will allow for the production of additional models of secure containers used in the shipping industry.
The project we celebrate today is about seaport security, but it's also about transitioning from the vital R&D at the university to manufacturing to create whole new industries with new opportunities and great jobs. And GSS is in the vanguard of that transition.
Well, Senator Collins pointed out that GSS is the anchor tenant of the Old Town Energy and Enterprise Park. She says that the upcoming fiscal year, 2024, Senate funding bill for transportation, housing, and urban development will contain $3.9 million for further development of that park. She says it will be brought to the Senate floor next week. It's not a done deal yet, but she is optimistic.
Families came out for a rodeo in Brewer Saturday, but there were no bucking broncs or bull riders to be seen. Brewer Public Safety teamed up with the Bicycle Coalition of Maine and Pat's Bike Shop for a bike safety rodeo. Kids were taught how to follow the rules of the road in a safe, controlled environment.
We teach them to yield, to stop at intersections, look both ways. We're going through some hand and arm signals, right turns and left turns.
The likelihood of severe or fatal injury is much higher when there's a vulnerable user. So they learn what to do right, and if they do something wrong, it's not the end of the world.
Organizers say bike safety is a two-way street. With schools back in session, both bicyclists and motorists should keep an eye out for one another on the road. To learn more about safe biking, visit bikemaine.org.
The Cross Insurance Center in Bangor kicked off their 10th anniversary celebrations with an open house on Sunday. The Cross Center has served the community as a venue for a wide variety of events and shows over the past decade. The center's goal for the open house was to foster a sense of community pride with fun for all ages.
It's a beacon for the city of Bangor. The fact that we have Paul Bunyan right out front welcoming everybody is wonderful. It's going to be a year-long celebration. We've got some great announcements coming up, and I know that everybody's excited to get back together and to do events and to have events. So I think this is going to be a stellar year for the Cross Insurance Center.
Well, celebrations will continue today with an exclusive charity golf tournament, but it does not stop there. Organizers say to keep an eye out for all their upcoming events as they continue to share this milestone with the community throughout the entire 2023-24 season. Congratulations to them.
Yeah.
Can't believe it's been 10 years.
I know.
Yeah.
That's crazy. All right, the time now is 6:19. After the break, we'll get a recap of the fun from this weekend's Orland River Days.
Our matey, pirates afoot.
Right.
I like that one. Plus all the latest on those rising oil prices as Good Morning Maine continues.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to battery power, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty. For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
When it comes to fixing your car, you should have a choice. But out-of-state automakers are starting to restrict access to your car's mechanical data.
That means local independent repair shops like mine,
And mine too, will lose their ability to diagnose problems and make repairs.
forcing you to expensive dealerships.
Right to Repair will protect your choice.
Your choice. It's your car. Get it fixed where you want.
Please vote yes on question 4. Yes on right to repair.
Mesothelioma is more than a ravaging illness. It is a disease that can ruin a family's finances and is never the victim's fault. The law offices of Joe Bornstein has been fighting and winning for Maine families for nearly 50 years, and we've collected over $500 million for injured Mainers. If you or a loved one is a victim of mesothelioma or asbestos-related lung cancer, call Joe today for a free case evaluation and to learn about your family's legal rights. Dial 207-CALL-JOE or online at joebornstein.com.
An annual festival returned to the banks of Orland's Narragansett River on Saturday. Our Callie Warren brings us a closer look at the celebration.
The Orland River Day Festival has been bringing people from all over the state to Orland for more than 50 years. Taking place the second Saturday in September, the event highlights local small businesses and the history of the riverside town. This year's celebration boasted a pirate theme, bringing families together dressed in buccaneer attire.
When we ask people what River Day means to them, for a lot of people, their comments are that it's a time to get out and reconnect with friends and family and neighbors.
The event kick-started with a pirate-themed parade, and games and festivities continued throughout the day. Attendees tried their hands at pickleball, helping to raise funds to bring a pickleball court to the Orland Community Center.
All different ages can play pickleball, and all different abilities can play together. We have met our fundraising goal. Our goal was $10,000, and today at the Orland River Fest, we went over that goal, so we're all very excited about that.
Local business owners were able to showcase their work, and some say the festival may help them to gain new customers.
It's been a great turnout. It's been very steady all day. Had a lot of great people come and support Orland River Days.
In Orland, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Cool. Well, they certainly had beautiful weather for it on Saturday, too.
Definitely. Yeah. I'm just caught up thinking about how bad I am at pickleball. Have you played pickleball
I haven't
before?
Played it. Yeah,
it's hard.
It's kind of like badminton, isn't it, only with smaller rackets?
I'm better at badminton because you have more time to before you hit the little thingy.
Yeah, I'm
the
bad
birdie.
at all those things. So.
Yeah.
I played cornhole yesterday at a little gathering.
Fun.
And in fact, I took our boss was my teammate.
Yes.
And the first, I haven't done this in years, but my first beanbag right in the hole.
Nice.
Everybody said, "Oh, he's a ringer," and I didn't get another one after that. But
right.
It was just pure luck.
Some beginner's luck there. It's fun though. I like cornhole.
Yeah. Got to get out and do those kind of fun things.
I know, especially now that it's looking like rain for most of the week.
Yeah, it looks like at least like 4 days this week, on and off rain.
Yeah.
So, hey.
I'm okay with it because it's cool.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people are thinking similarly. So, here's Conrad Sapinski with that forecast.
Our main weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. What a rainy start to the day. Hopefully you folks have your umbrellas with you because it will be needed. Not only today and tomorrow, the next several days, we will have some rain showers in the area. For now, down south by upstate New York, definitely to Connecticut, rain showers will continue to move in like this. That trend will be going on the next several days. There will be lots of dry hours as well, folks. It's not going to be totally raining the whole entire day. We will have those scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two today. Tomorrow, into the next several days, we are looking at those scattered rain showers in the area. We are looking at possibly over an inch of rain in most spots. Maybe even around 1.5 inches here in town, over 2 inches in some spots, mainly up north into the Greenville area. Visibilities are a little high up there. They will be a little high the next couple of days. Then by Thursday morning into Friday, dew points will be much lower, and it will finally feel a little bit more comfortable with some cooler temperatures. But it has been hot. We've been seeing well above average temperatures the last 10 days, close to 90 degrees, even past 90 degrees, a couple of days here and there. Now things are cooling off I would say significantly. We had 90s just a few days ago. Now we're back in those 60s and 70s. Our average around 73 degrees the next several days. Tuesday, Wednesday, right through the week, we're looking at near average temperatures. A little bit cooler actually right into the weekend with those mid to upper 60s. Later on today, though, we are looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms in the area. Temperatures around 71 degrees, so slightly below average. Tonight, 60 degrees, scattered showers in the area. It will be a bit foggy, so please slow down by those morning hours tomorrow especially. Then during the day, though, temperatures around 70 degrees. Scattered rain showers will be continuing throughout the day on Tuesday. Our extended forecast outlook does show a very active weather pattern right through Thursday. Then we finally start to clear up by Friday. Temperatures in those lower 70s.
If I don't hear from you tonight, pull us over. I know it, but I can't let go. Everything I love is out to sea.
The Greg B. Harrell Show. ...
Am I supposed to read the ...
More than that, you know there's nothing.
Jamar Construction Products in Bangor continues to grow to meet our customers' needs, supplying products for site work contractors, concrete contractors, and survey and safety supplies. We are proud to be the local dealer for Hilti, Valley Blades, U.S. Fabrics, and Euclid Chemical, plus so much more. Stop by and see us at 1270 Hammond Street or give us a call at 907-4491. If you dig it, pour it, plow it, fasten it, lay it, or lift it, Jamar Construction Products can help you.
Stop waiting. Start living your life without knee or hip pain. Connect with a Northern Light orthopedist and get back out there. Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. How are you?
Get this. Did you know there's millions of dollars in unclaimed money out there? Could some of it be yours? Well, tomorrow morning on GMA, we're popping up live somewhere in America to show you how to find out. Tomorrow on ABC's Good Morning America.
With so much at stake, so much on the line, more Americans turn here than any other newscast. ABC News World News Tonight with David Muir, America's #1 most watched newscast across all of television.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Welcome back, everyone. Now to the devastating earthquake out of Morocco that has killed more than 2,100 people. That death toll still rising as rescue teams continue searching through the rubble for any signs of life. Some aid teams from other countries are now standing by, poised to assist. ABC's M. Wynn has more from Washington.
This morning, video shows the violent shakes from the deadly 6.8 magnitude earthquake in Morocco, sending people fleeing for their lives. Here, panic at a wedding ceremony. This man barely escaping. The death toll still rising in Morocco's deadliest earthquake in more than 6 decades. At least 2,100 people killed, thousands more injured. Rebecca Tremblay, visiting from Los Angeles.
That's when I realized something's going wrong. And all the walls literally felt like Play-Doh. And the floor just felt as if it was melting underneath my knees.
She ran outside with nothing but her phone.
I thought, I'm gonna die. This is a really bad earthquake. And then I called my mom and I was thinking, this is a goodbyes. And start crying.
The epicenter high in the Atlas Mountains, just south of Marrakesh. Hundreds of first responders and aid workers, both local and international, helping clear debris and recover the dead. This father saying he and his family were at home when the earthquake hit. But his 8-year-old son never made it out. At least 17 aftershocks, including a magnitude 4.5 tremor, further damaging buildings, including this woman's family home. Some residents spending a third night in the open, waiting for food, water, and electricity. The Biden administration has reached out to the Moroccan government to help provide immediate assistance.
We're working expeditiously to ensure American citizens in Morocco are safe, standing ready to provide any necessary assistance to the Moroccan people as well.
The rescue will grow more challenging as teams traverse mountainous roads to reach the villages hardest hit. Morocco is asking for all the help they can get.
The manhunt for an escaped convicted murderer, Danilo Cavalcante, is expanding after police say a doorbell camera caught a glimpse of the fugitive 20 miles north of the search area. And they are now describing the search for the 34-year-old as a nationwide manhunt. Fox correspondent Nate Foy has the details.
I've had a long career in law enforcement. Rarely do things happen exactly as I planned.
Convicted killer Danilo Cavalcante, who escaped from a southeastern Pennsylvania prison 11 days ago, remains on the run. Police now say their search is taking, quote, a minor setback after the 34-year-old was able to breach their search perimeter near a popular botanical garden in Chester County called Longwood Gardens, about 3 miles from the prison. He managed to steal this unlocked truck overnight and drove more than 20 miles from the area where they had focused their efforts before running out of gas.
There are a number of challenges in any investigation. No perimeter is 100% secure, ever. Do I know a specific spot where he is right now? No. Do I think generally I have an idea where he is? Probably, but not specifically enough that I could say let's put a hard perimeter up right now.
Pennsylvania State Police say the fugitive has changed his appearance, with new images showing he's now clean-shaven, wearing a hooded sweatshirt and a baseball hat. They also say he attempted to contact at least one acquaintance. The latest developments changing the dynamics of the manhunt, now described as a nationwide search, with law enforcement all across the country on notice, even though police remain confident Cavalcante is still in Pennsylvania.
I mean, we're eager to see it come to an end. It's definitely a little nerve-wracking.
Cavalcante's sister has been arrested by ICE agents and faces deportation. Cavalcante himself is an illegal immigrant.
Well, in other news, contract talks between a union and 3 major automakers are coming down to the wire this week. About 146,000 auto workers could walk off the job after 11:59 p.m. on Thursday if a deal is not reached between the United Auto Workers and General Motors, Ford, and Stellantis. The UAW demands include a 46% pay raise over 4 years, a 32-hour week with 40 hours of pay, and traditional, that's the word, traditional. That's the first time I read that word that way. Traditional defined pension benefits for new hires. Anderson Economic Group says 10 days of a strike could cause $5.6 billion in losses. Hopefully they find a solution. Traditionally.
It's a Monday.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. All right, well, oil prices are now the highest they've been all year. That's because supplies of crude oil have dropped since Saudi Arabia and Russia announced they were extending their oil production cutbacks again. The two countries said they would continue to trim their oil production by an additional 1 million barrels per day through the end of the year. As you might expect, this has led to an uptick in gasoline prices. AAA says gas is now averaging $3.82 a gallon nationally. That's considered historically high for this time of year.
Heading into the busy winter heating season, too. Not a good time for that. Usually after the summer, things kind of go down a little bit.
I know. I bet some people are already thinking about filling their tanks at this rate. Yeah, it's crazy. All right, the time now is 6:34. Coming up on the second half of the newscast, today marks the 22nd anniversary of the 9/11 attacks.
We'll have a tribute to the lives lost as Good Morning Maine continues.
I hurt my shoulder in a car accident and needed lots of medical treatment, but the insurance company only offered me this tiny little check.
This tiny check won't even cover my medical bills. After a car accident, don't take a tiny check from the insurance company. Call the twos.
I didn't accept this tiny check. I called the Twos, and Lowry and Associates got me $300,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
We were on the Christmas storm. We had just fixed 2 broken lines. We heard screaming coming from across the road.
I was so scared that I was going to lose him. He's the apple of my eye.
Nancy said that Kai was choking, and so I gave him a good hard hit in between his shoulder blades and saw something come out of his mouth, so I knew that was a good sign.
If Dana wasn't here, I don't know what I'd done. He just showed up out of the blue, saved his life.
Mad Cat & Company in the North Brewer Shopping Plaza. We're more than just a bar. Need a place to host your next gathering? Check out our spacious event room that can adequately seat 100 or more people. How big is your brain? The Old Guy hosts Wednesday night trivia. Want to feel like a rock star? Join us for Karaoke Madness Thursday through Saturday. You asked for it and we listened. Now serving Saturday and Sunday brunch. And don't forget about kids karaoke every Sunday. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Mad Cat & Company, where friends meet and become family.
On the Road, broadcasting the news at 6, live from Millinocket, is sponsored by Stanley Auto Center, family owned for 48 years, specializing in tires, auto repair, outdoor power equipment, and small engine repair. Don't let banking get in the way of living. Choose remote access from Katahdin Federal Credit Union. UMaine Online, over 50 online graduate programs offered through Maine's flagship university. Apply for spring, umaine.edu/online.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back to Good Morning Maine. Today is Monday, September 11th, 2023. It's also National Make Your Bed Day.
Sounds good to me. I need to wash my sheets.
Yeah.
It's one of those days. It wasn't long ago that our ancestors slept on mounds of leaves and mulch, or if they were well off, they had bags of feathers scrounged from barnyard fowl. It wasn't until the 1800s that mattresses were stuffed with cotton and were later covered with cotton pads. We spend a third of our lives in this special day, and this special day encourages us to make our beds a comfortable and inviting place to escape.
I was reading a lot about making beds this morning, and one thing they suggested is don't make your bed right as soon as you get out of them. Let the sheets air out for a little while first. Like go take your shower, have your coffee, then go back and make your bed. Kind of makes sense. It lets them air out because sometimes you sweat at night and whatever, and if you just cover it all up, it just stays in there.
Yeah, good point.
Anyway.
Right. Putting clean sheets on my bed is my, so we talk about self-care, you know, and people think oftentimes, oh, I got to go buy something. Maybe I go get a facial or I go get a pedicure or something, I go golfing, whatever. My favorite form of self-care, making my bed every week with clean sheets.
Yeah, it's nothing like getting into a bed with clean sheets. I'm terrible at making my bed because I live alone and don't always do it, but when I do and clean the sheets.
I encourage you to, I think that would make you feel better.
It's one of those things I don't think about until it's bedtime. It's like, oh.
Well,
yeah. Anyway, moving on now. On this day in history, back in 1936, the Hoover Dam began operation as President Franklin D. Roosevelt pressed a key in Washington to start the dam's first hydroelectric generator. It was originally named the Boulder Dam. I didn't know that. Changed it to Hoover Dam later on. In 1967, the comedy variety program The Carol Burnett Show premiered on television. And of course, today also marks a somber anniversary in our nation's history. It was on this day in 2001 that nearly 3,000 people were killed when terrorists hijacked airliners and then flew them into the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, and into a field in western Pennsylvania. And we'll have more on the 9/11 anniversary coming up, too.
Yeah. And in 2012, a heavily armed mob they launched a night-long attack on a U.S. diplomatic outpost and a CIA facility in Benghazi, Libya. U.S. Ambassador Chris Stevens and 3 other Americans were killed in the attack.
A couple of somber anniversaries today.
Yeah, I didn't know that was the same day as 9/11. All right, well, today's birthdays include actor and singer Harry Connick Jr. turns 56 today. Actress Virginia Madsen is 62, and rapper Ludacris turns 46.
I like Ludacris.
I do too.
He's got some good stuff. That's an old picture of him. I like that.
Yeah, he looks good.
Yeah. All right, time for our forecast. Looks like a little bit of rain to start the work week.
Yeah, if you need to do laundry like I do.
Yeah.
It's a good day for it.
Make my bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Conrad.
Thank you so much. Our first weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation with locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Oronoa, Maine. All right, what a rainy start to the day. Lots of rain showers in the area. Not heavy rain, more of a scattered rain type of event. Visibilities, though, wow. Some places near zero visibility. Combination of fog, low clouds, and some rain showers in the region here in town. We are looking at a 1.5-mile visibility, but look just west of town, way less than half a mile in most spots. At least it is not too windy. Most of the areas have a 0 to maybe around a 5-mile-per-hour breeze. Not looking too bad to start out the morning. Later on today, though, a little bit cooler. We're looking at 71 degrees, scattered showers, and even a couple of thunderstorms in the area today. Tonight, all right, so less thunderstorm action, more of a scattered rain shower event. It will be foggy once again, folks. Low visibilities by tomorrow morning, so please leave a little bit extra early and definitely plan all of this out. By tomorrow, though, same thing. Scattered showers, not really any thunderstorms, maybe a rumble of thunder. Other than that, mainly just a rain shower event. Temperatures around 70 degrees with a light northeast breeze gusting close to 10 to 15 miles per hour. Hour by hour forecast for later today. We are looking at those scattered showers, possibly a couple of isolated thunderstorms. Temperatures near 70 degrees.
All right, thank you, Conrad. As we said, today marks 22 years since the attacks of 9/11. For many Americans, that September morning is a distant memory, but for many others, the pain is a constant presence.
Their stories are ones we cannot and should not forget. Here's ABC's Derek Dennis.
Last night, the tribute in lights shining upward during a test hours before the official tribute to the victims of the World Trade Center attacks 22 years ago today. Robert Gray worked for NORAD that day, monitoring U.S. airspace. He visited the World Trade Center site last night.
As we walked into this area, it made me start to weep.
2,753 people died in Lower Manhattan that day, and just this weekend, the remains of 2 more were identified by the medical examiner. 40% of those lost are still unidentified.
We saw this plane flying at a very low altitude, extremely fast, but was so low I could read on the fuselage the word American.
Joe Pfeiffer was the first fire chief on the scene. His job sending firefighters in to save lives, including his own brother, Kevin.
I ordered him, as I ordered many of my other fire officers, to take their unit and go upstairs to evacuate the building.
Kevin died in the collapse of the towers, but many others were saved by the men and women who rushed into those buildings, knowing they might not come out alive. James Brosey, president of the Uniformed Fire Officers Association, lost his father, a fire department lieutenant who responded to the scene. He died just this year from a 9/11-related cancer. 341 members of New York's fire department have now succumbed to ground zero-related illnesses.
Unfortunately, the exposure of that day and the days that followed during the rescue and recovery efforts have really started to take its toll. My brother was also in the collapse at the time. He has some other debilitating side effects from that exposure as well.
For Robert Gray, reflecting at the site last night, the lesson 22 years later is this:
We need to be ready for anything.
The testing of remains all these years later is part of a solemn pledge to keep identifying victims for as long as it takes so that the families of as many victims as possible can have closure. ABC News Live will bring you coverage of today's remembrance services throughout the day. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
All right, still to come here this morning, Ryan Sudol will have the latest with sports.
Yeah, the Pats lost their home opener,
I
the
know,
season opener.
I know.
2025.
A solid fight, though.
Yeah, we'll have the details coming up.
It's great buy time at Bob's Small Engine Sales and Service in Bucksport. Now through September 30th, you can get rebates of up to $1,000 on 2022 CF Moto C-Force Off-Road ATVs, U-Force Utility Side-by-Sides, and Z-Force Side-by-Side Trail and HO Sport models. These inflation-busting rebates of up to $1,000 are only good through September 30th. Don't wait. See these great buys now at Bob's Small Engine Sales and Service, Route 15, 474 River Road in Bucksport.
I ran the consumer-owned utility on Swans Island, and it was a failed experiment for our community. That's why I'm so concerned about question 3. It will be a massive $13.5 billion gamble that puts politicians in control of our power. It will lead to higher energy bills, and they're not even required to have an operations plan when they take over. Mainers can't afford this costly proposal. Please vote no on question 3.
Stop waiting. Start living your life without knee or hip pain. Connect with a Northern Light orthopedist and get back out there. Northern Light Eastern Maine Medical Center. How are you?
Hammond Lumber has earned a level of trust with generations of contractors, do-it-yourselfers, and homeowners. Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Hey everybody, Ryan Sudol here. Thank you so much for joining us. College baseball season is a mere 5 months away, but the first steps start early. Case in point, Maine baseball starting fall ball. The Black Bears back out on Mahaney Diamond for the first time since May beginning last week, with 19 scrimmages on the docket for the next month and a half. And even with the season being far away from now, these first steps are vital in seeing what place the team is in when the real season begins.
I think the fall is more like letting guys work the kinks out, get the arrows out the way, and just seeing what we have going forward for the spring. You know, seeing what position guys are comfortable in, what position guys aren't comfortable in, and just working from there, really.
The biggest thing is the fundamentals, having a good catch, taking every single rep seriously, and, you know, just being there for each other and getting each other prepared for the season.
Just as important is the mindset that the Black Bears want to instill in each other. They're coming off their first America East championship in 12 years, and the pressure is on heavy. But starting now, carrying on with the notion that they are champions and capable of repeating will pay dividends down the line.
It all starts here, fall ball. I mean, when we get here, you know, guys are going to be nervous. It's okay. Like, you don't have to try to press or do too much. Just play your game, have fun, but just make sure we all have this mindset that we're going to go here and dominate and win.
We're going to do the exact same thing we did last year with the knowledge that we now have. We're going to take everything that we did poorly, improve on it, and everything we did well, and get better at it. So it starts now, and I cannot wait for the upcoming season.
Neither can I, Colin. Let's stay with you, Maine, and hit the football field. Black Bears traveling to the Fargo Dome Saturday, facing the #2 FCS team in the nation, North Dakota State. Early second quarter, Bison up 6-0. TK Marshall on 4th and 1 near the goal line, and the black hole converges on him. Shakur Smalls and Xavier Holmes on the stop, turnover on downs. Under a minute before half, Bison quarterback Cam Miller fakes the handoff, and he's all by himself into the end zone for the score. 16-0 North Dakota State at the break. Fourth quarter now, it's 30-0. Cole Payton in at quarterback now. Makes one man miss. He's going to make another man miss, crossing midfield. Make it 3. Makes almost the whole Black Bear defense miss en route to a 61-yard touchdown run. 37-0 Bison after the PAT. Under 7 left, Maine threatening. This is graduate running back John Gay up the middle. He made a great move at the 5, and he is in. But that was all for Maine's offense. They dropped this one 44-7. Okay, let's check some high school action now. First girls soccer with Bangor Christian hosting Calais. Halfway through the first half, Patriots' Bryn George takes the shot from long range, but Kaylee Scott, a great snag to keep this thing scoreless. 10 minutes later, Megan Remington, the corner for Bangor Christian, goes off Lindsay DeRost. Grace Lewis is shot off a defender, and DeRost cleans it up. Goal, 1-0 Patriots. Second half now, same score. Calais' Brenna Critchley, a free kick, but Sarah Brown knocks it out of the air for the save with a catch. Nice. Finally, DeRost again, taking this thing all by herself from near midfield all the way to the box, and she scores her second goal of the game. She'd score one more, a hat trick, and all 3 goals for DeRost. Pats win 3-0. Now to some volleyball. Lake Region paying a visit to Brewer Saturday afternoon. First set, Brewer up 19-18. Off the serve, Addison Dupras keeps it up. Sarah Snowdeal, the bump back over her head. Gabby Roberts does the same for the point. But the Lakers stage a comeback. Set point here. Alice O'Connor the bump. Kaylee McGuire the set. Ava Smith the spike. Lakers take set 1, 25-21. to the second set. Brewer down 7-6. Addison Pelkey sets it. Elizabeth Bousquet, the overhead bump, and Alana Stratton with a nice touch over the net to tie things up. Lakers go on a run, though. Set point again. Smith and Rihanna Reynolds each bump it to McGuire with a perfect arc on that return to secure set 2, 25-18. Lake Region wins set 3 as well. They win the match in straight sets. And now for some other scores from the area. D3 football, Springfield 45-20 over Husson. Class D girls soccer and C girls soccer as well. Penobscot Valley 2-1 over Central. Class B girls soccer, John Babs 2-1 over Presque Isle. And finally, 4-2, Old Town defeats Herman in Class B boys soccer action. And finally, in case you haven't heard yet, the Patriots are 0-1 to start the 2023 season, losing to the Philadelphia Eagles in their season opener on Sunday. Okay, that's all the time we have for sports. I'm Ryan Sudol. We'll be back right after the break.
At the end of the day, that's what we do this for, is to watch the next generation blossom.
I would much rather be here than sitting at a desk and on a computer.
Women in today's world can do this.
Newton will drop off one of his daughters to pick up maybe a tractor that we've been working on. They hop right in it. You can just tell it's not their first rodeo.
As we move forward, we've looked at where can we get the most bang for our buck on the technology side. Deere is just a leader.
Experience United, your local John Deere dealer.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Kia, movement that inspires.
Symphony.
Kind of dramatic there, yeah.
All right, well, some Mainers spent their Saturday morning huddled together in a storage unit to help those in need. Let's take a look.
Homeless people are humans.
Hope for Homeless volunteers gathered at Bangor's main space storage facility Saturday to assemble care packages filled with food and other items for the Bangor area homeless community. The nonprofit group put together 1,200 blessing bags to be sent out to encampments and those living on the streets.
I've grown up in Bangor my whole life and watching the homeless situation in our area just grow and get worse. I think everybody's been touched with the homeless situation. It's just nice to be able to give back.
It's important that we have community involvement for the needs of the city.
Organizers say they've seen the city's homeless population grow over the years, and the group has been working to address the issue in a number of ways. However, some are concerned that the need will only increase as the seasons change.
We have elderly living in their cars. Last week we outfitted 9 homeless children for school, living in tents and cars. Yesterday we had a 5-year-old that we clothed, that her clothes were so rotted they couldn't be washed. We have a lot of people out there. This winter is scary.
Organizers say the group needs help from the community to continue to give back.
Our donations are low. Cost per bag has gone up so much. A couple of years ago they were $2 a bag and they're almost $5 a bag now. Behind us is $5,000 worth of food.
To donate and learn more, visit the Hope for Homeless Facebook page. In Bangor, David Ledford, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
It's a real nice thing they're doing there.
Yeah, Anna's really responsive on Facebook. I know David just said, but if you have anything that you think could be donated, just check their Facebook. She updates a list most days, and she'll get right back to you on Facebook if you have things that you can donate.
Very important. And winter's on the way, too. They could probably use a lot more help.
I know.
So.
Yeah.
All right, let's talk about the forecast now. Looks like a rainy start to the week.
Yeah. Here's Conrad Spinski.
Our main weather today is brought to you by Scott's Recreation, New England's largest trailer dealer, home of Maine's lowest camper and tractor prices, locations in Turner, Manchester, Herman, and Orono, Maine. What a rainy start to the day. Hopefully you folks have your umbrellas with you because it will be needed. Not only today and tomorrow, the next several days we will have some rain showers in the area. For now, down south by upstate New York, definitely into Connecticut, rain showers will continue to move in like this. That trend will be going on the next several days. There will be lots of dry hours as well, folks. It's not going to be totally raining the whole entire day. We will have those scattered showers, maybe a thunderstorm or two today. Tomorrow, into the next several days, we are looking at those scattered rain showers in the area. We are looking at possibly over an inch of rain in most spots. Maybe even around 1.5 inches here in town, over 2 inches in some spots, mainly up north into the Greenville area. Visibilities are a little high up there. They will be a little high the next couple of days. Then by Thursday morning into Friday, dew points will be much lower, and it will finally feel a little bit more comfortable with some cooler temperatures. But it has been hot. We've been seeing well above average temperatures the last 10 days, close to 90 degrees, even past 90 degrees, a couple of days here and there. Now things are cooling off much, I would say significantly. We had 90s just a few days ago. Now we're back in those 60s and 70s. Our average around 73 degrees the next several days. Tuesday, Wednesday, right through the week, we're looking at near average temperatures. A little bit cooler actually right into the weekend with those mid to upper 60s. Later on today, though, we are looking at scattered showers and thunderstorms in the area. Temperatures around 71 degrees, so slightly below average. Tonight, 60 degrees, scattered showers in the area. It will be a bit foggy, so please slow down by those morning hours tomorrow especially. Then during the day, though, temperatures around 70 degrees. Scattered rain showers will be continuing throughout the day on Tuesday. Our extended forecast outlook does show a very active weather pattern right through Thursday. Then we finally start to clear up by Friday. Temperatures in those lower 70s.